probably my favorite scene in Ron Burgundy is when he goes, "Will you play some jazz flute for us?"
Oh, Anchorman had many moments, but jazz is hot and hot as ever in this city. We welcome local jazz artist Melissa Stylianou. How are you, Melissa?
I'm excellent. How are you?
You are
excellent.
Good. You got a new album coming out in the spring.
Yes.
And, you've opened for Katie Lang. You're going off to New York City on a Canada Arts Council grant and all these wonderful things. Like you're hot and you're happening.
You're
right
here,
now.
there, you're happening.
You're doing.
Yes, I was packing this morning, putting stuff out to the curb, and I'm here now.
Great. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
How goes the album?
Indeed.
It's very good. We just finished recording all the material, and I just have to mix it and master it and do all that fun stuff, and then it'll be out in the spring.
And so how many songs did you write yourself?
On the album, I contributed either in whole or in part 5 tunes out of 11.
Wow. That's not bad at
Amazing.
all.
Now, how would you describe your singing style for jazz? Because there are very many of them. And so what is yours? The good kind?
Very good.
Well, I suppose my style is, I guess it could be described as a little restrained. I'm not a really showy performer, usually.
So no scatting.
No, there's some, a little bit, but I like to think of drawing the audience in rather than giving them all. Yeah. So that's something that I aspire to. I love singers like Norma Winston and Luciana Souza and some wonderful contemporary singers that I sort of look to as role models.
Well, we have a clip actually from your last album here.
Oh, great.
If you don't mind, can we give this a listen?
Sure.
All right.
Let's hear the vocal stylings of Melissa Stylianou.
My sisters and I have this wish before we die, and it may sound strange, as if our minds are deranged. Please don't ask us why. Beneath the sheltering sky, we have a strange obsession. You have a means in your possession. Tea in the Sahara with you. Tea in the Sahara with you. The young man agreed he would satisfy them.
Wow, that's beautiful
I
singing.
need a cup of gin. That's what I need.
Wow.
I need to be in a club, and I don't even smoke, but I feel like being in a smoke-filled one. That's wonderful.
That's great.
Thank you.
Now, when did you discover you have this gift for jazz? 8 years ago?
Sort of by accident in '97. I was in theater school, and a friend asked me to sing with his big band. And I had no idea what I was doing in terms of singing jazz, let alone with a 21-piece big band. But I gave it a shot, and people said I wasn't too bad, and I just continued. I love jazz as a form of expression for myself because it's completely individual, as opposed to musical theater, which I also like, but I don't think I'm that good at, and is very much, you've got to stick to what's there on the page, right? So the improvisation is what drew me to the music, and the fact that I learned so much from the other musicians I'm on stage with while it's happening. It's very in the moment. So.
Right, and that crazy American music is what we're talking about too.
Yes, right, of course.
Tomorrow night there's a big gig going on?
Tonight and tomorrow night.
Okay.
Tell us all about it, Melissa.
Okay. It's at the Harborfront Center Theater at 8 p.m. both nights. We had a lovely sound check last night. It's a great space to sing in. This performance is very special. It's a continuation of a project with Andrew Barashko, is the founder of the Art of Time Ensemble.
Right.
He put together this instrumentation for the opening act for Katie Lang a couple of summers ago. And for this project, he's expanded it. We're doing all songs from the American songbook that have been newly arranged by Canadian arrangers for the instrumentation of a classical cello player, violinist, Andrew on piano, Rob Pilch on guitar, Phil Dwyer on saxophones and flute, and myself. So it's a jazz chamber group.
That's a cool little ensemble you got over there. Some big names in the world there. How does that work for you? I mean, you sort of fall into this. You got these albums. You're whisked off to New York. Is it all sort of flying past you?
Did you ever imagine I'll be a jazz singer?
No, it didn't. Well, I mean, in my room, singing along with CDs, I dreamt of it, but I didn't develop the self-confidence until really late. The last year of high school was when I really kind of came out of my shell. So, and I came to the music relatively late, starting, when I was 21 or 22, actually learning what it is that makes this music what it is. I'd listened to it for a while, but actually doing it is, there's a lot of skill involved. And then I spent spent the last 10 years studying privately and going to the Banff Center for the Arts, attending the jazz workshops and working with great people. So it's been a slow curve for me. And this going to New York thing has been a long time coming too. I've applied a couple years in a row to have the opportunity to go and study with some people. So, but it feels very exciting right now.
I think jazz singers are a class unto themselves because you have to have a certain confidence to let your voice really be what makes you known, as opposed to pop music and other brands of music where there's an image factory around it. It's a dance video as well. For jazz, the voice has to carry it. Yeah. Do you feel that pressure when you're performing, that it's your voice that really has to carry the song?
I feel that that's what drew me to it in the first place, because I can just close my eyes sometimes and just sing. It is vulnerable, and in that way it's difficult because you have to be completely yourself, as opposed to acting where you have a persona to absorb, to be in.
Yes.
So it's challenging, but that's what I love about it as well, that you're really kind of naked up there.
Exactly.
So,
talk to us now about the pinnacle of your career thus far. What has been like one of the coolest things that's ever happened to you, Melissa?
Oh gosh. Well, the Katie Lang thing was really amazing. I think she's a marvelous singer. I got to listen to her. I was sitting backstage and watching her every night up close, and performing for 2,000 people was pretty cool. Wow. And being able to perform this music, part of which we're doing tonight and tomorrow night, these wonderful songs that have been arranged in such a beautiful way that I think suits me really well. Yeah. I feel I've done lots of projects as a sideman, which is what we say when it's not my own group, right? Where I have to sort of bend a bit to fit that expression, but with this thing I feel really comfortable and free. So that's a wonderful thing. I think tonight and tomorrow and the move to New York is a peak for me.
Good for you.
Wow, local girl done good. Thanks
really
so
good.
much, Melissa.
Thank you
so very much.
So if you're out there and you're thinking to yourself, I want to be a jazz singer, it's living proof it can absolutely happen. You should catch Melissa this weekend at the Art of Time Ensemble. It's performing that crazy American music.
For more information, log on to www.artoftimeensemble.com. For more information on Melissa, we saw her website earlier, melissastylianou.com.
Indeed.